Hi, I'm Brandon, and today I'm taking a look at the interrogation of this guy right here, Asher Syed Yassin. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's something like that. He was a substitute teacher who was arrested and charged with doing something very bad to his students. So we're going to start off here by taking a look at this article I found just so we can get a bit of an update of what's going on with this guy. And just so everyone knows, this is a commentary video, so I'm going to be pausing it a lot to talk and give my opinions on stuff and really interject a lot. So if you want to just watch the interrogation, it's available online in a bunch of other places. So feel free to do that. And if you want to skip all this background and go right to the interrogation, you can do that too. And for everyone else, let's get going here with this article I found. It says a Florida substitute teacher has been arrested and accused of sexually abusing children, according to the Osceola County Sheriff's Office. Deputies said the parent of one alleged victim reported their child was molested by 19-year-old Asher Saeed Hassin, who worked as a substitute teacher at Boggy Creek Elementary School near Kissimmee. Hope I pronounced that town right. 19, that seems very young to be a substitute teacher. I don't remember ever having any teachers or substitute teachers that were that young at the time. But anyways, let's continue. A parent called law enforcement accusing him of molesting her daughter, deputies said. The first thought that comes to mind was my kid involved, said parent Yamaris Zayas. The school district told Orlando WFTV that there is more than one victim, but deputies haven't confirmed that yet. Of course, there's more than one victim. It's not always, but it's very frequent that the kind of people that do this do it a lot. The suspect reportedly admitted to touching two girls. Regardless, parents are on edge. Parents said Asher taught first grade at the school. My daughter has friends in that class. She was scared to go back to school today, said parent Lisa Schneider. Zayas said she had to have a talk with her kids following the incident. We all had the talk. I told the kids. I asked the kids, did anybody touch you? Zayas said. And that's the thing, too. As soon as a teacher is caught doing this kind of stuff, all of a sudden, naturally, every parent is going to wonder, did it happen to my kid, too? So now all the parents are going to have to talk to them. The police are going to have to talk to every kid at the school, which, even if nothing happened to that kid, it's probably traumatizing just to have this talk at such a young age and be spoken to by the police. And just these guys, they're horrible, illegal, just vile actions just affect so many people, even the people that they didn't harm directly. It's, now people don't trust the other teachers. The whole school looks bad. Kids are more fearful of adults. The parents don't trust the teachers. Like it just creates a whole mess from these scumbags doing this kind of stuff. Anyways, let's continue. It says, according to a police report, the suspect initially inappropriately touched a girl. One of the victims told officials the substitute teacher would even try to kiss her and that she needed to drink water so that she could get out of class so Mr. Archer wouldn't touch her anymore. That is horrible. And the kids are supposed to be able to touch the teacher. They're supposed to be able to go to the teacher if something bad is happening to them. And now she's having to try to sneak out of class just to avoid the teacher touching her. Oh my God. Let's continue. WFTV learned Monday that 4 more victims came forward, 3 6-year-old girls and 1 8-year-old girl. Zayas and her husband found out through a phone call from the school. They say in the message the parents of the kids involved were already notified, Zayas said. Officials said Asher passed the school district's background check and has been a substitute teacher at Boggy Creek Elementary since December. This is back in 2019 that he was arrested, by the way. And, of course, the guy's only 19, so he doesn't have that long of a history to really do a background check on. And a lot of these guys have a clean background because they haven't been caught yet. So, obviously there's only so much you could do. You could check their background and make sure they have no arrests for this kind of thing, no history of it. Beyond that, there's not much more you could do. So I don't know what else could be done to try to weed these people out, but something needs to be done because this happens way too often. Sheriff Russ Gibson and the Osceola County Sheriff's Office, along with the Osceola County School Department, are committed to protecting our children from persons who are willing to harm them, the Sheriff's Office said in a statement. Our deputies and detectives work relentlessly to investigate and hold persons responsible who victimize our children. And obviously that's good, but if the harm's already done, if you just arrest and prosecute the people after they do it, that's an important part of it. But we have to stop this from happening. These guys have to be, or guys and women, have to be weeded out long before this happens. The age of Asher has become a concern to some leaders around the county. Substitutes in Osceola County can be as young as 18. There could be people who would opine that under no circumstances an 18-year-old or 19-year-old has the maturity to work in a school, said Osceola County School Board member Kelvin Soto. My experience is different. Soto argued that with people of that age being able to serve in the military, they should be given the opportunity to become subs. He believes it is an excellent opportunity for recent high school graduates to explore a career in education. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Naturally, I think my instinct is that seems just too young. But then again, most of the teachers that are caught for doing this crime, men and women, are well over 19. So we catch people in their 50s and 60s too, as well as every other age. So I don't think there's any link that younger teachers are going to be more likely to do this, but something about it doesn't seem right. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but yeah, I'll have to think about it more to really come up with an educated opinion on that. He also conceded in a perfect world that substitutes would be older and more experienced. Soto told WFTV that there are no plans to increase the age minimum or education requirements for Osceola County. Asher's bond was set at $45,000, and he is facing 3 counts of molestation. Deputies say Asher was no longer in custody and bonded out over the weekend. Another arrest warrant was issued for the additional victims when they came forward on Monday. Asher turned himself in later that afternoon. In accordance to his bond, a judge said Asher is not to return to Boggy Creek Elementary or have any contact with a minor under the age of 18. Okay, so he was arrested and looks like he's admitted to some of it. But let's head over now to his interrogation and see what happens there.
That's not true.
We're gonna go through this again. These kids are all making it up?
No.
You gonna tell me the whole school's gonna make something up?
No, I'm telling the truth about the other girl, but I don't know about.
Hey, maybe a girl. Let me say a girl because I don't even know if you remember her name. A girl.
Yeah.
On Thursday, she's saying that you touched her butt inside of her pants.
Yeah.
Is this guy brain dead or something? Is he just like really scared because he's been caught and he's being interrogated? But it's like he's sitting there staring and not really saying anything. Does he understand the gravity of what he's done and the situation that he's found himself in?
Are you willing to take a lie detector test? It's really a stress voice analysis test, but people kind of refer to it as a possible lie detector test. Will you be willing to take something like that?
No.
Why?
No.
I'm afraid.
Why?
Because it's going to make him look like he's lying.
It might hurt me, that's why.
How is it
He thinks it's going to hurt him?
gonna hurt you?
It's not the electric chair. It's just it stress tests your voice.
It's not painful. Or you're afraid because you're not being honest with me.
Yeah, I think it's more likely that by it's going to hurt him means that it's going to prove that he's guilty. I don't think he could be used in court, but this guy is probably not smart enough to know that.
No. Not in the...
Man, listen.
That other cop there, he's just like playing solitaire on his laptop or something. He just couldn't care less about what's going on with this conversation.
I don't understand why you cooperated with me. I know I'm gonna find out a whole lot more. Now I'm scared about what I'm gonna find out because you're not being honest with me. We keep on going back and forth. You cried and you told me you were sorry.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like you're sorry when you're not being honest with me right now.
So yeah, in that article it said that he admitted to at least some of this, and she just said he cried and apologized, but now he's sitting here stone-faced and brain dead and denying it?
I have not done that. I don't know, but I did want to.
I know that. How else would I know that? Oh my! I wouldn't be here if I don't know.
Yeah.
You touch a student's butt. Female student.
So I just took a quick break here just to look into this guy's case a little bit more because I was trying to figure out at what point he was crying because it wasn't in this interrogation. Apparently, when the police picked this guy up outside his house, he started crying and saying he was sorry then. But I guess now that he's had time to sit here and think, he's going into self-preservation mode and just trying to deny everything.
You touched up so many students you don't even know. You don't even remember. You're trying to think, oh, which girl spoke up? That's what it seems like.
No.
Let me tell you something.
This guy's weird. Like, how is this guy a teacher? Like, he looks like he has no personality. I get it that he's under a lot of pressure here. But most people, they react. They have human emotions. They react to things. They move, they'll scratch their head, shift their weight, they'll speak. You don't even have to speak. You can just ask for a lawyer, but he's just sitting there in that same position, staring at her and not really saying anything.
And I'm going to be honest. You cried to me. You told me you were a good kid and that you were sorry.
He's a good kid? He's a damn teacher. We shouldn't have kids teaching the kids.
Yeah.
But you're not being sorry when you're saying that these kids are denying something. Do you know what these kids go through?
No.
You know, this other girl that came forward was crying to her mom, saying that something really bad happened to her.
And that's the thing. We all know this is a horrible crime, and we know what this guy deserves. But I don't think they understand. Like, when you're that age, do you remember when you were that age? Like, everything was scary. Like, you're totally reliant on your parents and other adults. You don't know how to navigate your way in the world. Like, you don't have your own money, you don't drive, like you have no way of like supporting yourself. So you have to trust the adults around you. And even just things like your teacher yelling at you, being in trouble with the principal, those are things that like mess with your mind. Those things, like, they make kids cry. Like when you're in trouble from an adult that's like twice your height, they're just an authority figure. These people that you look up to, like that's a big deal. Even just your dad giving you a mean look is enough to just set you straight and scare you and that kind of thing. So these kids are just scared by they're just scared by other things, even things in their own imaginations, like things that they don't know if it's real or not, like monsters. And if they're really little kids, you're just scared of things like that may not even be real. So they're just so helpless. So that some piece of shit like this could just go and just touch them for like his own pleasure. That is, of course, these kids are crying. Like this is like a teacher. They don't know what to do. They're supposed to go to their teacher for help. Like that would just be so traumatizing, and they would have to live with this, not only for the rest of their school years, but for the rest of their lives. Hopefully they heal over time and everything. But this is going to screw with them. Every teacher they have for the rest of their life, they're not going to trust. They're going to assume it's bad. And just even things like hugging like a family member when grandpa, uncles, and stuff come over. Even that, it might all of a sudden just be difficult for them. It's going to psychologically affect them very badly because they're not in a position. It's not like a grown woman who can make sense of what happened. And even for a grown woman, it would still, even a grown man, that kind of thing is still hugely traumatizing. To a kid, it's like absolutely horrifying. And for this guy just to do it to multiple people, and now he's just sitting here denying it. Man, I hate that.
You believe in karma? How would you like it if it happened to one of your nieces or nephews? Or you when you were little, or your family members? But you're sitting there, and instead of, you're not sorry. You say you're sorry, you're not sorry. Because you're not being completely honest with me. If somebody's truly sorry and wants forgiveness with anybody, you be honest. You're not sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I think these guys, they say they're sorry. It's not, they're not sorry for what they did. They just want to get away without consequence. So they think, oh, if they apologize, I learn from my actions, I take responsibility, all those little phrases that they use, those catchphrases that they know they're supposed to say to a judge to get leniency. What they're first of all, if they were truly sorry, they wouldn't do this to begin with, because normal people don't do this. You have to be a monster to do this kind of thing to begin with. But if you have any sort of a soul or a conscience, you would be horrified at your own actions, and you would understand that you need to be punished severely. You would probably want to be punished severely just to help alleviate your the damage to your conscience. You would be like, I'm so sorry. Like, yeah, I confessed everything. Put me in prison. I deserve it. Like, you would loathe yourself. You don't cry, say you're sorry, but then deny doing it and, ask for some kind of mercy. Like, you just want this to be forgotten. You just want to be able to get away with it and move on as though nothing happened. It doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, it does work like that sometimes, because way too many of these assholes get away with it, but this guy didn't. When we're done this interrogation, we'll find out what happened to him afterwards. Like, he's just sitting. If you don't want to talk, just say, I want to talk to a lawyer, and that's the end of it. Why? He's just sitting there staring. It's hard to see, like, the look on his face from this angle. Like, is he just glaring at her? I don't think so. I think he just has a blank look. Is he just stunned? What the hell's going on here? I'd almost think that the video was, like, frozen or something if you didn't see their fingers moving.
So if I pull video, I will not see you touching anybody that day you substituted.
Not touch anybody.
Then why are you here? Multiple students came forward saying you did this. This is some kind of conspiracy among the first graders to just ruin you for no reason?
Okay. You want to play that game? That's fine. It's gonna come out. I already talked to you about touch DNA, and this is even worse, because I heard you put your hand inside of her pants. Do you think that your DNA is not gonna be there?
Does anyone know if that's real or not? She could just be lying to him to get him to confess. Can they actually just find your DNA from touching someone? I don't know. It's possible. I don't know a lot about that. Let me know if anyone knows.
I don't understand why do you keep on, like, hiding things? These kids, what did I tell you earlier? That sooner or later everything comes out.
Yeah, she's exactly right. These people that do this, sometimes they get away with it a long time. Like Larry Nassar, there's some of these, like, football coaches and swimming coaches and gymnastics coaches that do this stuff for, like, decades sometimes before they get caught. But once they get caught, then the floodgates open. The hammer really comes down, and all of a sudden, everyone comes forward. This guy thankfully got caught a lot sooner, but it's still at a point where he had multiple victims. There's some of these guys that they're so just deviant and unrepentant that, like, they're not going to just do it one time and be satisfied. They have to do this all the time, and this guy's starting when he's 19. Imagine that those students didn't come forward. This guy could have kept teaching until he's 65. Imagine how many, just in the first year of teaching, he has, like, multiple victims. If he kept teaching for his entire career, imagine how many people he would have done this to and how much damage he would have caused. And now he's just sitting here with a blank look on his face. And I get it that we can't always hold like the school board or whatever, the district, whoever's in charge of this. They didn't know. They couldn't have seen the future and known he was going to do this. They checked his background like they normally do. But something about this guy, it's like, don't they just do job interviews? Did this guy do that in his interview with the principal or whoever? He just sat there staring with a blank look and just kind of mumbled a few answers. Like, how was this guy ever in a position where he was teaching? I know you can't really just trust. Well, can you trust your gut instinct or something? I don't know. Maybe it's just in hindsight that we know that what this guy did, so I'm disgusted by him. But something needs to be done because it seems like every single day, somewhere in the country, a teacher gets arrested for doing this. Men and women. It seems like it's just happening more. Like, what the hell's going on with people?
I know this little girl is not gonna just make it up. I know that.
Yeah, I don't believe she's making it up. There are instances where these kind of allegations are made up sometimes, for revenge against a person. That is possible. There's even a case I remember like fairly recently where it was like in a high school, and a high school girl made up allegations against a teacher. And he actually went to trial, and during the trial, they found his defense found like security footage that proved his innocence, that proved that he was absolutely nowhere near the school, which he said had happened. So the charges were dropped, and the judge was like, he said something like, "A great injustice has been done to you. You're free to go, sir." So there are cases where it's flat out made up, but they're usually older, like much older teenagers, or usually adults that have just they're mature enough to be that devious to want to screw over their their ex-wife or their ex-husband or whatever by making things up. Kids of that age, you don't have a reason to like hate your teacher for nothing. Like, why they give you homework, so you're gonna. It doesn't make sense, right? Like, why would multiple kids describe this happening to them? They don't. They wouldn't even really know that that's a thing yet. So, like, I don't believe for a second that they made it up.
Be honest and tell me what happened, man. You
Just say anything. Just say words, buddy.
you're sitting there, and at this point, saying you're sorry, but you're really not.
I wonder if his breaking down, crying, and apologizing when he was arrested was just his like knee-jerk reaction to just being caught. He knew he's in trouble, so his immediate reaction is just cry and act like a baby and apologize, and maybe they'll show leniency on you. But now that he's sitting here, I don't know what's going through his mind. I don't know if anything's going through his mind. Maybe he had a stroke on his way here, and now he's just sitting there drooling.
I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna start pulling surveillance. Now you're just gonna make me work harder for it.
I really didn't do that.
He says, "I probably didn't do that." If you get accused of harming minors, of doing inappropriate things with minors, and you asked if you did it, and you say, "I probably didn't do that," I would say that that's a pretty clear indication that you did. If you didn't do this, an innocent person would be adamant that they are innocent. I'd be like, "Yeah, go get that security footage right now. Like, go, lie detector test, bring it in right now, wheel it in." Like, I think you would want to defend yourself. You would want to call bullshit on this thing that you did not do, especially a crime like this. This is horrible to be accused of. I think a normal person wouldn't just be like, "I probably didn't do that." That that sounds like someone who is not confident in defending themselves.
Okay. Some random girl that does not even know the other students is randomly gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't their regular teacher that they might be mad at because the teacher, punished them or something like that. He's a substitute. They don't even know him. He just like came to class. It was like for like one day or a few days, maybe. It was a very short time. Like, why would multiple girls make up a story like this for no reason?
You touch her butt. That is just a coincidence? That's a coincidence? It's a coincidence?
Do you know what coincidence means?
Do you think that today's my first day on the job?
No.
Do you think that today you're my first interview?
No.
You're not fooling anybody, man. Not the judge, not anybody. It's people, they don't even know each other. They're in completely different classes. Today was not even in school. So it's not like she went and told somebody else and they plotted against you. So there's no way.
This guy is driving me crazy. Does he just realize that he's not smart enough to come up with a plausible denial, so he's just staying quiet? If that's the case, just ask for a lawyer. They read you your Miranda rights, guaranteed. They have to, by law. I just don't know if he even understands. Is he just so scared that he's just sitting there quietly? Or, like, I don't... This is really weird. It makes it hard to comment on when the defendant's not saying anything. Or the suspect, I mean. That other cop's just back there working on his screenplay or something.
You gonna sit there and lie still, or are you gonna be honest?
Answer her.
You're not a little kid. You're an adult now.
Yeah.
And you take responsibility for your actions. You decided to touch these girls. They didn't tell you to touch them. You made a decision. Honestly, you made a decision. You made a bad decision. You know that already.
Yeah.
But if you really care about making it better, be honest. If you really care about making things right, be honest.
I did.
What the subtitles there said, "I did it," but I don't know if that's what he actually said.
I know you did.
Oh, okay. So I guess he did say that. So he's admitting to it?
Tell me what happened.
Oh, that's true about.
Inside her pants?
Yeah.
That's fucking horrible, man. What? Like, I would suspect that he became a teacher just to do that. Who knows how long he's been planning this? But it's probably since at least when he became an adult. And he just becomes a substitute teacher just so he can start doing this all the time. Like, it's so hard to believe that people like this exist in the world. Like, God damn it, I got nothing to say.
What is she saying? Something about it's cold or it was cold? Where did that happen? Outside or inside?
So this.
Behind the desk or somewhere else?
I'm beside the desk.
What else do you do?
How did this guy teach? Like, when he was did he talk when he was teaching, or did he just sit there leering at the students? I have a hard time thinking this guy's going to get up in front of the class, be a charismatic teacher, and try to teach the curriculum in an entertaining way. This guy is, like, he has no personality. Like, was he lobotomized somehow? Like, how he's just, like, I'm going to assume that it's just because he's terrified right now. But even we've seen other predator interrogations where they're obviously scared because they're under arrest and they're in trouble and they've been exposed. But they still managed to eke out a few words. Even Jeff Stacy managed to talk. This guy is weird.
Who do you do that to that day? Who do you do that to that day? On the 21st?
Answer.
Only one person?
Yeah.
What was she wearing?
The jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Thief. Yeah.
And what?
Jeans.
Yeah, jeans.
Uh-huh. And what else?
So he can't remember their names, but he definitely remembers what they were wearing.
T-shirt.
So how did you put your hands inside her pants? How did that happen?
She was wearing a skirt.
She's wearing what?
A skirt.
I think you said jeans.
Is he? Yeah, he just said she was wearing jeans and a t-shirt, and now he's saying she's wearing a skirt. Is he making things up, or is he just talking about the different girls?
I thought
What kind of skirt? Was it a jean skirt or was it something else?
the thing is, he had a jean skirt.
Okay, so how did that happen?
So he said first he said jeans, then he said skirt, and then she says, "I thought you said jeans," and he's like, "I thought it was jeans." And then she's like, "Was it a jean skirt?" And he says, "Yeah, it was a jean skirt." Is he making up details that he thinks she wants to hear, or he just can't remember, or is he stupid? What the hell's going on? You already said that you did it. So what's the point of just sitting here quietly? Just tell her what you did. Admit it.
I was at the desk.
Okay, it's a start. You were at the desk. Then what?
Okay, but what happened?
She came up to me, asked me a question.
Okay.
Told her to get your assignment and come here.
Okay.
Oh my god. I kind of know where this is going, but he just picked a student out of out of the classroom and told her, like, grab your assignment and come over here. Oh god.
No happened.
And tried to touch her.
You didn't try. You did.
Mm-hmm. But how? Where do you put your hand?
On her back.
Stop trying. He's like leaving out details. He's like, I tried to touch her. She's like, where? In the back. I'm sure if you just put your hand on her back for a second, that way you wouldn't be sitting here. You wouldn't be under arrest. You didn't just touch her on the back.
Mm-hmm. And you slid it down, or was it from underneath her skirt, or was it from above?
Once from above.
Like that, like you go down?
Yeah.
And what did she do?
Didn't tell me anything.
Yeah, she didn't do anything. She was probably terrified. She probably had no idea what was going on. You forever changed her life in that one moment, you bastard. You fucking piece of shit. Why? You just saw her? You were just sitting there staring out at the class, trying to pick which one you like best or something? Then you chose one victim, told her to come up, and then did that to her? Like, oh my god.
How long did that last for?
About 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Holy shit. That, 2 minutes might not be long in other instances. But for him to be doing it, that is a long time. Oh my god. I thought he just like reached out, grabbed her, and that was it. He actually like held his hand there, touching her for 2 fucking minutes.
She just let you?
Yeah.
I don't think she let him. She was so scared. If she was not the age she was, she would have pulled away, told him to stop. But he's a grown man and a teacher and way bigger than her and in a position of power. And she's guaranteed never had anything like that happen to her before. She was probably so traumatized. She was just paralyzed with fear. And then he did it for 2 minutes. And then did it to other girls.
How does she look?
She's blonde.
Mm-hmm.
Black eyes.
Huh?
Black eyes.
Dark eyes?
She don't have black eyes.
Dark eyes.
She probably have brown eyes, not black. You probably have black eyes like your soul.
What else?
Although you're probably gonna have some black eyes when you go to prison.
She was wearing a skirt.
Are you sure about the skirt, or because you said
I don't think
pants
he
at
is.
first?
I think he's just I don't know if he's unsure or what.
If you're not sure, that's fine. I'd rather you say you
I'm
don't.
not sure.
Huh?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I don't want you to guess if you're not sure. Okay. And then what?
So I want you to remember.
What? This isn't something from 30 years ago. This is like yesterday or a couple days ago. This is you would remember. You remember exactly what happened. Because first of all, you did it and it was recent, and second of all, guaranteed this guy has been fantasizing about what he did. He remembers every second and every detail of that.
During what subject was this?
What subject was it?
I don't remember. Exactly.
How can you not remember? I remember when I was in first grade, I remember what subject it was in when certain instances happened. And how can this guy, he's the teacher and he can't remember something from yesterday? You should know, you should be able, what did you teach? Well, from 8 to 9, it was math. From 9 to 10, it was science. Like, you should be able to know your damn schedule. You should be able to pinpoint it.
I don't remember exactly when was it. It was in the morning. That's what I know.
Okay, so set aside all the horrible things this guy did. Imagine he never did that. He's a decent human. Just isn't the fact that he seems dumber than a rock? Isn't that an issue? He can't remember things. He has like no personality. He can't answer questions. Just things like what class did you have yesterday? What was a student wearing? Like he can't remember details. How is he supposed to educate our young people?
Is there anybody else that is going to come forward?
And then this is just him in the school. God knows what this guy's been doing. Like, does he have nieces, nephews? Does he hang around parks in his free time? Like, God knows what he's looking at on the internet. Like, if he's willing to become a teacher just to do this kind of thing, which I strongly suspect, and he's just willing to do it to multiple students right at the beginning of his career, it's not like he was able to control himself for many years before he finally acted out on it. He just did it right from the get-go. He's just immediately doing whatever the hell he wants. Either has no impulse control or something. And we're expected to believe he just hasn't been doing this in any other instance. He's probably been doing this kind of stuff like since he was like a teenager. Again, I've no proof, can't say for sure, but anytime someone's willing to do this, they always ask and we always assume.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think so is a yes. If you get asked something like that and the answer is anything other than an adamant no, it's yes. If someone asks you, in the last week, have you robbed a bank? And you say, I don't think so. That means that you did. If you did, you would remember it. And if you didn't do it, you would definitely remember that you didn't do it. You would probably even be a bit aggressive in denying. You'd be like, no, why would you even ask me that? Especially in a crime this horrible. Just the fact of someone even bringing that up, I would be damn offended. I think everyone would. If someone asked you if you did something like this, you'd be like, no, never. And fuck you for even asking. I think that's a normal thing, isn't it? So for him to be like, I don't think so, means it's probably likely that he did.
Say, I would say that I did the wrong thing. I wouldn't do it.
What? I did the wrong thing. I wouldn't do it. Like, does he even speak proper English? Why is he teaching school?
That you did wrong?
Yeah.
I know you did. Did you put your fingers inside her butt?
No.
What do you do? What do you put your hand inside her pants or skirt or whatever she was wearing?
Just touched her.
Like what? Show me. Wait your hand on the table.
Touched her.
You said 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he said 2 minutes. What he just did there was like 2 seconds.
Did you leave it there or something else?
I left it there.
Okay. And while you guys were doing...
Was the rest of the class watching this? Or did he, like, have her behind the desk, like, hidden in a way behind the desk that they couldn't see? It just seems very brazen to do this in the middle of the day in front of the entire class.
What? Like, was she not saying anything? Were you saying something?
Which I guess I should mention that if he's willing to be that brazen and just do this where it's so obvious he's going to get caught, imagine what he has been doing all this time when he's been alone with children.
I'm trying to understand, like, how does that work?
Baby. She was writing an assignment on the paper.
Okay.
She was doing it at my desk.
So she was just talking to you, and then you...
No, she was actually they had an assignment to write.
Okay.
So she came up to me. She asked me how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I showed her a sample.
Okay.
Didn't he say before that he called her and told her to bring her assignment up to the front? So is that what happened? Like, she raised her hand and was like, oh, I have a question. I need help with this. And instead of just telling her, he was like, bring it up here and I'll show you. And then he did that to her? Am I understanding the situation?
And then she told me I would copy this. Can I copy it or...
At least he's finally speaking a little bit.
What color was her hair?
Blonde. The black and the big coffee. Dark.
What? Her hair was blonde, like in coffee dark. When I'm drinking dark coffee, I never look at it and think, wow, this looks like blonde hair. Those are actually two opposite colors. Blonde hair is usually very light. Dark coffee is usually very dark. I don't think this guy understands a thing he's saying.
Blonde and coffee is not the same.
Yeah, there you go. See, this cop is of average or greater intelligence, so she would know that is a stupid thing to say.
There's brown, there's blonde, there's black.
There's red. There's other colors. Yeah, it's not hard to describe someone's hair. It's the easiest thing to note. Even eyes, like you have to get a bit close to see. Their hair color, you can tell from quite a ways away.
Brown.
There's orange, red, I don't know.
Brown.
Brown.
He said earlier it was blonde. He said she had blonde hair and black eyes. Now it's brown. And then first she had jeans, and then she had a skirt, but then she had a jean skirt.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it, well, I have different colors in my hair. Was it short hair, dark, long hair?
Long hair.
Long brown hair?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I understand you.
Yeah.
I have no more questions. I have a feeling that there's more that you don't want to tell me, but I'm not going to go. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay? Do you have anything else you want to add before I conclude the interview?
He didn't have much to have during the interview, so I doubt he has anything to say at the end.
Just feel sorry.
Oh, he does. I just feel sorry.
I won't do it.
I won't do it. I won't do the thing that I have already done repeatedly. It's too late. The time to think that I shouldn't do this, first of all, that should never occur to you because it should just never occur to you to do this to begin with. This isn't the kind of behavior that you should be constantly having to fight with yourself to stop yourself from doing. These thoughts should never enter your mind, especially when you're a teacher. And if you realize that, hey, I shouldn't do this, you should listen to that gut instinct and just not do it. You can't do it 6 or 8 times to different victims and then come here and say, I won't do it. I think maybe what he's trying to get at in his stupid idiot brain is, I won't do it again. I'm sorry, and I won't do it again. Which is basically trying to say, I'll just say I'm sorry to make it look like I have some kind of superficial bad feelings about this, some kind of guilt. And I promise I won't do it again. In exchange, you completely let me off the hook and don't punish me for this, and I can carry on with business as usual. That's what they're saying. That's why these guys apologize. They want leniency. They don't feel bad about what they've done. Once you're this big of a monster where you're at the point where you're repeatedly doing this, you're past the point of actually caring.
You want to do what?
I feel it's a very wrong thing.
Yeah, we know that. Normal people know that.
It is a wrong thing.
This is more than a wrong thing. Even other criminals hate people like this. People like this in prison are treated badly by other bad guys. No, if you don't even include the good people of the world, the bad people of the world think what you did is bad. And he's just like, yeah, I come to think of it, this is wrong. Yeah, I think I understand why. Like, what the fuck, man?
You're attracted to little girls.
Yeah, there you go. And you became a teacher, so you had access to them, and then you just do whatever you want with whoever you want. Guys like you should be in prison. There's a lot of people that think you should get even worse than that. All right, let's check out this news article here to find out what happened to this guy afterwards. It says, a former substitute teacher accused of inappropriately touching students at 3 elementary... I didn't realize there's multiple elementary schools. At 3 elementary schools has entered a plea in each of his cases. He pled guilty to 4 counts. After accepting the plea, an Osceola County judge sentenced Yassine to 8 years in prison. So it's something. It's honestly on the more severe side, just covering all these To Catch a Predator cases on my channel. That's among the harsher sentences. Of course, this time there was real victims. Usually in the To Catch a Predator things, there was not a real victim. So in my mind, I would have liked to see him get more because, you know, he deserves it and there was multiple victims. But at least he got a fairly lengthy sentence compared to what a lot of people would get. Yassine's attorney said he is now looking to serve his sentence and move past this case. His attorney said his thoughts are happy to be putting this behind him. No, interject in this guy's statement. No, this guy's thoughts are not happy. He's going to prison and it is not going to be fun. He is not happy in any way. But let's repeat this stupid statement again. His thoughts are happy to be putting this behind him, happy to be moving on, happy to be given a resolution that's giving him a chance to move on. Okay, those last two are the same things. Happy to be moving on and happy to be giving a resolution that's giving him a chance to move on. Okay, this attorney is not bright. Maybe they're in the same family or something. I hate that phrase, like moving on. It's such a mean nothing phrase. He's happy to be moving on. It does. If he's life in prison or not or acquitted, whatever, no matter what happened, he'd be moving on. Life moves on. It's impossible to go backwards. Time travel doesn't exist. So what does that mean? He's happy to be moving on? He's convicted of horrible crimes, going to prison. It reminds me of Gary Glitter, the 80s singer that was, he was like accused of something like this. And then, can't remember what happened, but his lawyer said, or he said something along the same lines. I just want to move on, put this behind me, that kind of talk. And then, of course, he immediately just does it again a whole bunch of times. This lawyer, he didn't say, what my client did was wrong. He didn't say he realizes it's wrong. He didn't even say he's going to stop doing it. He just said he's happy to be putting this behind him and he's happy to be moving on. As long as you're alive, if you are drawing breath and your heart is beating, even if your brain is dead like this guy, you're still moving on. Well, that doesn't mean anything. Like, this guy is clearly a danger who can't control his actions. And the thing is, this was, what year did, see if I could find the year on here. This is 2021. So that 8 years is coming up soon, and if he's serving the whole thing, it's quite likely this guy's already released. So he's just out there doing God knows what. Let's continue with the article. It says the sentence came more than 2 years after deputies said he touched two while teaching at Boggy Creek Elementary School. After his arrest in March of 2019, more students came forward with allegations. In addition to Boggy Creek Elementary, Yassine was accused of touching girls at Ventura and Pleasant Hill Elementary Schools. Yassine faced more than a dozen charges but pled guilty to 4 lesser counts. And I get it that the prosecutors have so many cases and a difficult job, but why let people that do this kind of thing plead down to lesser charges? This is one of the crimes. They should just really prosecute them to the max, but I get it that it's complicated and, I'm not a lawyer, but it just doesn't sit right with me. Each of the charges carried a maximum penalty of 15 years in prison, but a plea agreement with the state resulted in an 8-year sentence. Yassine was also ordered to pay court costs of more than $2,500. The judge said Yassine will be listed as a sexual predator and after the release will be deported to the country of his origin. So if he is out, hopefully he is long gone. Yeah, how does a guy like this get a job teaching at an elementary school? I get it, they didn't know, but I don't know. I'm not sure what everyone else thinks, but it just seems like something's not right. But yeah, I don't know how they can filter bad people out, because you really don't know that they're bad until they do something horrible. But we have to try, and we should at the very least, severely punish the people that do this, because this is horrible. I hope those young girls just are okay and they just have long, healthy, productive lives, and this doesn't bother them as much as it probably does. I hope they're okay, because just the horribleness of these guys, people that would just do this kind of thing, just like 2 minutes of their own pleasure to ruin the life possibly of like a young person. That is just beyond horrible. Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, these ones were some of the TCAP ones I do where there's actually no real victim. They're kind of easier to do. We can kind of chuckle at the guys a little bit and laugh at how foolish and stupid they are. But when it comes to someone actually being hurt, it's kind of a different story. But either way, I hope you guys found this interesting. I really appreciate everyone that's watching my channel. If anyone's still listening by now, let me know, because I like to know that people are actually watching, and it means the world to me that people are actually watching my videos and taking the time to comment and everything. And if you're interested, I do have my members area where if you want to help support me, I have exclusive videos there, and I also have a Patreon where I do all the takedown with Chris Hansen and all the other stuff that I can't do here on YouTube. So if you head over to Patreon and sign up there, it helps me be able to continue making these videos as frequently as I do. And I hope you get some entertainment out of it. And I thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time.